This is your are you preparing for Halloween? Oh, here we go.
Is that okay? I'm sitting at the corner of my chair, literally, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm at the corner of here, so you can move this chair if you want.
It's just the way the shape of the chair is. It doesn't really.
Do you want to change the chair?
It doesn't accommodate for like close quarters.
Do you want to change the chairs?
No, it's okay.
Hello, everyone. This is Marita Steva with the Path of Ish.
My name is Rose with Love by Design.
It's October 6th. This is Ice Cream Sunday with Nougats of Truth. Welcome.
Hola.
Hola.
¿Qué tal? Oye. So, welcome. I guess Marita's not going to talk anymore because she's busy with her production stuff. So tomorrow's actually my birthday. Did you know that?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rose. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, I like that quick finish. That was good. So, my wife has an amazing singing voice, in case you didn't know that already. We were thinking about doing an all-musical version.
Oh, I know.
Do you want to do it today?
I don't know. I don't think I have the chops for it right now.
So, welcome
to
Ice Cream Sundays with Nougats of Truth. As we said, we do this every Sunday at 3 p.m. San Francisco time, live from our very own home. And on Ice Cream Sundays, we offer you, I mean, really, it's hard to quantify how many things we offer you, but all of them are usually through the guise of single card readings and ice cream chakra clearings. That's why we call it Ice Cream Sundays. It's not just because it really has very little to do with sweets, except sometimes we do make Rosie Pops. I had this
Rosie
inspiration
Pops,
since you're like dragging today energetically that I could make a coffee and rose popsicle for you.
Yeah, I know.
Should I make you one?
Not right now. That's fine.
No, not during the show, but
Okay.
after.
I don't know. That sounds interesting.
All right. Well, welcome to Ice Cream Sundays. And if you are new here, welcome. We have done this for over a year. We've been helping and supporting thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people all around the world.
Only when you share. If you share, then we support thousands. If not, it's like, maybe 200.
Stop. It is not more. It is not 200. It's far more. Okay. Listen to her. Are you being a salesperson today? I feel like you lost your sales chops when you took your nap.
I did. I just woke up from
so we really love it when you share. Please like our pages, share this. If you think that somebody could benefit from a free reading today, a single card reading, or an ice cream chakra clearing, or some of the awesome wisdom that comes through this channel today, then share it. Share it in a group that you think would be appropriate for, if it's allowed by the rules. Share it on your page. Share it wherever you think makes sense. And we will be able to spread our support around the world and grow our community a little bit more. So today, like every other day, it is first come, first serve. So if you want an ice cream chakra clearing or a single card reading, please let us know in the comments on our original stream of the video. If this is in a group and you're commenting on the share in the group, please click through to the original video so that we can keep track of your comments. Marita keeps track of who asks for what in the order that they do. And we try to pay attention to that at the beginning. So it really does pay to be here at the beginning. If you want, the best way to know when we're going live and to be on top of the game so that you can get into the loop as quickly as possible is to join our Facebook group, Ice Cream Sundays with Nougats of Truth, where we stream the video every time. And then you can get on our list at the beginning. So, welcome. It's a beautiful day here. It's what locally is called Indian summer. So it's really autumn. It's fall season here, but it's so warm today. It's like 70s and 80s right now, which is warmer than it is in the actual summer sometimes. So today we are Marita. It looks like Marita's taking down some names, and we're going to get started in a little bit.
Hey, thanks, Karma Jones, for sharing. I know you can't stay with us, but we'll see you next week. Thank you. Thank you, Jonah.
Yay, welcome back.
Thank you, Kathy Rowena. Mary He Cool, thank you. We got our New Zealand constituent in the house.
Yeah. So just a reminder, maybe some of you don't know, I'm offering a special for the month of October, but I'm probably not going to do an unlimited number, so I'm going to decide how many I actually want to do. I'm doing a $38 for my 38 years as of tomorrow. Private reading. So if you are interested in getting a private reading for $38, which is low cost compared to what I usually do. I'm feeling generous for my birthday, and I like working with all of you amazing people. Let me know in the comments, hashtag Libra Love, if you are interested in getting a private reading with me for only $38, hashtag Libra Love. Detroit.
West Side.
Okay. So something to know about our single card readings for those of you who are signing up. We do not do general readings on this live. We do general readings when we do private readings. But on the live, we do ask you to ask a specific question. Not like, what's in my future? But like...
Someone just exactly asked that right now.
So let me give you some guidance to be a little bit more specific. That is a great question. Everybody wants to know what's in their future, usually. But for this particular live, what we ask is that you get a little bit more narrowly focused. So for example, what's happening in my love life? And then give us some context. For example, I'm with somebody, I want to know if they're the one or if I should continue trying, if we have a chance. That's a great question. Let's say I've been single for a while. I'm looking for somebody. Is there somebody in my future coming up? Like, am I going to meet somebody soon? And that's a great question. You can ask us about whether you're on the right path in terms of your career, right? There's all sorts of things that you can ask. And those are some examples of like the level of specificity that's going to be really good for this particular live that we do. And like I said, hashtag Libra Love if you want a $38 private reading in which I will allow you to do all kinds of general readings if you're interested.
You can get all general with her.
All general.
So Kathy, I can't speak. Give me a second. Kathy Murray, we just need permission granted. So the last piece of the puzzle, I know we ask for a lot of things, but we give a lot. We're just actually, we don't. We're just trying to empower you. We empower you by being specific with your ask because it's actually a meditation. It's a small meditation, right? We're kind of like, if you've ever seen Karate Kid, and the guy wants to fight karate and he's made to wash, cars, wax on, wax off. That's what we're kind of doing. We're doing wax on, which is be a focused idea, wax off, right? In the sense of giving us permission granted, right? Permission granted. Why? Because we're in those small little things. We're teaching you how to take care of your energy field. We're teaching you about boundaries. We're talking about respect. We're also talking about how is it that you truly kind of can manifest things? Can you get clear with yourself what you really want? Can you have clear communication with yourself, with your body, with the universe? So it's our like little wax on, wax off thing. So small things really that as you practice them more and more, hopefully in your life, they actually free you up, right? They liberate you, that you add new practices. It takes 40 days, right, to establish a new practice. And so hopefully, stick with us for 40 days and maybe you'll be asking very precisely for things that you want, and all of a sudden your world opens up. All of a sudden you're more aware of your boundaries. Be like, hey, no, I didn't give you permission to do that, to connect with me. Wait a minute,
Yeah.
So
I want to add a layer to that. Yeah. There's been a lot of articles, depending on what, what kind of news pops up on your Facebook or what kind of stuff you read on the internet. There's been a lot of articles and research done about emotional labor and cognitive load and all of these things having to do with the idea of, maybe a particular person in a relationship being responsible. And initially they were calling it emotional labor. But actually, I've seen some reframing done around cognitive labor and cognitive load, which is basically this idea, how much work do we expect other people to do for us with their minds, right? And, when we're asking you, this is a practice for exactly that. If you're like, hey, help me, but then you're like, but I don't know what with, then you're asking the other person to figure it out. If you're not asking cards to figure it out for you, you're asking a human being to use their mind power instead of you using your own mind power to figure out what you want. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it is good to be mindful of times when we may not be conscious about the work that we're asking other people to do on our behalf. So there's just this, I think, mindfulness, being mindful around that. This is discussed often in the context of heterosexual man-woman cisgender relationships where women take on a lot of the cognitive load of managing a household, managing children, managing food, managing all that stuff, and knowing everything and taking care of everything, right? They use the example of somebody who in this very traditional way, like the woman traditional depending on what context we're in their setting, very traditionally, the woman was in charge of the kitchen. She was in charge of doing all the cooking, da-da-da-da-da. And then at the end of some long week, her husband was like, oh, I'm going to have my friends over for dinner. And she was just like, I can't even deal with the idea of having to plan all of that and then do all of that work. And he's like, I'll cook dinner. Don't worry about it. And she was like, oh, thank God. And then it came time for the day. It came time for the actual day. And he got home, and instead of being prepared, he just walked in and was like, great, what's in the fridge? And she's just like, oh my God, are you kidding me right now? Because in her mind, she was thinking when he said, I'll cook dinner, it meant I'll plan, I'll get food if we need to get food. I'll manage all of the things that go around that. I'll figure out who has dietary restrictions. I'll do all those things, right? Because that takes a lot of mental space. In his mind, he was just thinking, I'll come home and be your prep cook if you tell me what to do, right?
What do you want?
Anyway, I just wanted to share that example because I think it's a really amazing thing that we can take into our lives, this idea of questioning and being mindful of when are we asking others without explicitly asking them? When are we expecting others to do the work of figuring things out for us because we don't actually know what we want, what we need, what we're asking for, how we feel, and we just want somebody else to do it for us without actually saying, can you please take the energy to do this for me? Anyway.
Okay. Cool. Let's start. So must be present to win. We have Kathy first.
Yay.
Then Mary, how do you say this name again? And then Darcy Dalger.
Sweet. So again, welcome everybody. We do this every Sunday at 3 p.m. San Francisco time.
Daily.
And for Kathy, what is the first?
Her business idea and startup.
Whether it's a good one or?
I think so. I don't know.
Card?
Hello, Amanda.
A card?
Yeah, a card. So Kathy, making sure that you're here, then we're moving to Jay Lee and then Darcy. So must be present to win. Again, this is why we keep a list. Sometimes people just kind of pop off or get busy. So just making sure you're here so we read your card. Hello, Amanda. How are you? Welcome. This is Marita Esteva, one who catches the lightning with the path of IX.
Ish.
Ish.
My name is Rose with Love by Design, and we are getting ready to do our first reading. Kathy, are you here? We know there's a little delay, so we're just waiting to see on the comments to make sure that you are still here.
Jay Lee, are you here? I think she's here. I think I just saw that. Hello, Karen Cox.
Hi, Karen.
Welcome, welcome back. Okay, let's go. She's here.
Okay.
Hello, Azalea.
The tiniest Tibetan bowl in the world.
Darcy, perfect. Well, you're number 3, just so you know.
Oh,
Cool,
our little
Jay
kitty.
Lee.
Our kitty is wanting some attention.
Jaylee, you're next. Okay, here we go, Kathy. So you're asking about your business and startup idea?
This is a good card. I got some advice similar to this in a reading recently. So this is the card is May. We are using the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards today. I apologize for the brightness of the screen. It's a little bit hard to see, but this card is Maeve. And this is about cycles and rhythms. It's about honoring the cycles of your body, energy levels, emotions, and this is really saying, first of all, that when we're thinking about this business, when you're thinking about this business idea and startup, the important thing to know is to get really good about your self-knowledge, like how you work. If you have, whether it's throughout the month, whether it's throughout the seasons, whether there's certain emotional triggers, whether it's, times of day, whatever it is, get to know the way that you work, your strengths, your needs for time alone, your needs for emotional processing, grief, anything like that. Get to know it, love it, accept it, embrace it. Because if you are trying to fight and push through times when you actually need downtime and you need a rest, then the whole startup and business idea is going to be really hard to follow through and sustain for the amount of time that it takes this business to take off. Right? Businesses don't start overnight most of the time. They take time. They really do. And in order to sustain, you're going to have to really get good about noticing and anticipating, okay, this time of the month, I feel like crap. My energy levels are low. I'm grumpy, or things like that. And then take advantage of that. Schedule times, things accordingly. If you know that you have a limited amount of energy, first of all, there's things that you can do. And this card is encouraging you to take care of your body, really take good care of your body. And recognize where your limits are so that you can plan in a way that is realistic. Do you want to add anything to that?
Kathy, you're right now, because you're in New Zealand, you are in the time of spring, right? Which is the time of planting. So this is perfect, right? But this is something that I talk about seeds a lot. I should be #seed person, right? The keeper of seeds. I like it. You have to know that when sometimes you're planting seeds, you don't know where the perfect soil is going to be. Sometimes you do, right? Sometimes you prepare that soil and it's ready. But sometimes some seeds get scattered outside of that perfect soil, right? And other things come around. So I'll give you a quick example. We have a beautiful garden, and Rose had taught me a lot, right? And I remember a couple of years ago when she was getting me involved in the garden, I was like, oh, I just want to scatter these seeds like that. And I did, like a little like Disney princess. And Rose came up behind me and put them into the ground and tilled them in and did everything necessary, right? So be conscious of how you're doing it. Be conscious of who you're working with, who are your partners, who are helping you create this, and know what you can actually expect out of them, right? If you are trying to create something with, because I've tried to start a lot of businesses with people. We have very different ideas of timing, different ideas of expectation, different
levels of motivation.
Yeah, and different capacities of doing things, right? So you might get along with your mate, right? Be like, oh, this is awesome, but you get then into a business and you're like, whoa, why? I thought you were cool, right? They're cool, but I thought you could manage this. Oh, I didn't know you didn't even know how to communicate, and tensions can arise. So just be clear, be very, very clear about your vision, your goal. Make sure you talk about it. Make sure you plant your seeds, make sure you water them. And again, sometimes and keep going, because sometimes they'll pop up in unexpected places.
Cool. All right. that's where we're going to leave it for right now. Thank you. I hope that was helpful. Oh, we are coming to New Zealand. Just to let all you guys know, we're coming in just a little while at the end of November and beginning of December, in case any of you all want to do some in-person sessions with us or host us for an ice cream sundae.
Mm-hmm. We'll come. We'll set up a little computer, do an ice cream sundae in your living room.
In your ice cream living room.
Okay, moving on to Jaylee, Future, Love, Laugh. Then we have Darcy, and then Amanda, and then Lisa. I'm still waiting on a topic and permission from you.
Okay.
And Amanda, we'll just kind of go with the whatever you gave us, so we'll just deal with that.
So Jaylee is
Future, Love, Life.
Are you with somebody right now, Jaylee? Ooh.
Wow.
Let us know.
We'll see.
Let us know. Jaylee is here, I'm assuming?
Yeah, Jaylee, cool, yeah.
Okay. We have got an exciting card for you. Okay.
So here you go, Jaylee, Mary. Kali, whoo, watch out what you asked for, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Endings and beginnings, right?
The old must be released so that the new can enter. Okay?
Yes, they are in a relationship.
Okay. Thank you for telling me that. That's super helpful. So this is really about embracing the change. Embracing the change. Embracing change can be scary. And, you know, this card is about endings and beginnings, you know, so when we're thinking about your love life, endings and beginnings sometimes can mean the end of a relationship, and sometimes they may not. Sometimes they may mean the end of an era in a relationship. There may be massive changes that happen in a relationship that can feel like, things are falling apart and we don't know if we're going to be able to get it back or be who we were to each other again. But sometimes you can create something absolutely new. So what seems clear to me from this card is that there is a new phase beginning of some kind very soon. You may already be in the middle of this transition happening. And the important thing is to try to, as much as possible, breathe and just relax and release your fear. You know, we all feel fear, right? But we can choose what we want to do with it. We can feed it, right? We can feed it like we feed a fire. Feed, right? Feed it wood, feed it anger, feed it, what ifs, right? Or we can notice our fear. We can acknowledge it. We can try to let it go, just like let it go like we let other emotions pass throughout our day. Happy, sad, funny, haha, right? Fear. So this is going to be, there may be the feeling of a loss happening, but it really is going to be the beginning of something really wonderful and new coming into your life.
So one of the things that I also want to mention in this, as you can see in this Kali, she has her third eye open, right? So third eye is the connection to divine. So sometimes when you have if you're just looking through your own eyes, the eyes that are your human eyes, our human eyes are conditioned by our memories, are conditioned by our families, are conditioned by our trauma, they're conditioned from our past. You can only see so far. If you've been with someone for a long time, that's how you're seeing someone. You're not seeing the situation with your third eye open. So this is this is time to meditate, right? This is a time to open up your third eye, to really connect to divine, to really connect to possibilities, right? Not just for you, but for the relationship and for this other person. It doesn't mean that you're supposed to change the other person. The other thing here is what I love here is you can see this dark moon, right? Things are created in the dark. We always think that things are created in light, right? Things happen in the light. No, but before the light, there was darkness. Before the word, there was silence. There's something about the void, being able to create in the void, getting to that place of pure creative energy, right, is in darkness. Look at the energy that a black hole has, right? Look at how a star is born, right? There's a nexus and how it explodes and then, right? So we always say it's darkest before the dawn. We always are sometimes are afraid of the dark, but the dark, there's nothing bad with the dark, right? It gives us a time to go inward. So this is a time to make sure that you're building your inner life, right? Because things are changing. The more you build your inner life, the more that you have self-love and self-mastery, then you become the medicine that is necessary for others, for the room, for the relationship, for anything like that, right? So this is really talking about also a form of accountability. So make sure that you're meditating if you're a meditator. Make sure that you're doing your daily practices because that's the only way that you can open up to more.
So one more thing I just want to add really quickly. Sometimes if we're with somebody for a very long period of our life over which we have changed quite a bit, right? Like we just met somebody the other day who has been with her partner since she was 14. Is that right? And she now is, 50? And approximately. Basically, just really knowing there is a time when it's time to let go of the past. It's okay. Whatever brought us to where we are, it's okay. But there is a moment where we need to sort of be willing to release, and see what else is possible for us. Again, this doesn't necessarily mean releasing a person, but in a way it's releasing our idea, right? Over that many years, we built up a very strong idea in our head of who people are, who we are in relationship to them, all of this, like you mentioned. So this card is really saying it's time to go through some big changes. It's okay. It's going to feel scary, but you're going to come out the other side and it's going to be really good on the other side. Much better, much needed. Okay. All right. Thank you. I hope that was helpful for you.
Okay. Disconnecting.
This is something that so many people can relate to, being scared of going through a shift in their love lives, that feeling like, oh, I'm losing it. Like, is this falling apart, and that fear, what's going to happen? Like, am I going to lose this person? Am I going to be alone for the rest of my life? Like, these are the things that come up, So many people. I talk to tons of people about this subject, as somebody who works with people on their relationships and love, singles and together. So you're not alone. Just, it's okay. You can ride it out. You totally are going to be okay.
Okay, let's move on to Darcy.
Yes.
She wants a card about connecting to her spirit guides.
Wow. Okay. I love it. I don't think we've gotten that question before, have we?
No, that's great. I love it.
It's very specific and I love that about it. Darcy. I used to know a woman named Darcy. She rode horses and then she became a baker. All right. So for those of you who might be just joining us, my name is Rose with Love by Design. This is my wife, Marita, with One Who Catches Lightning with The Path of Ish. Oh, that was a tongue twister for me today for some reason. This is Ice Cream Sundays. We do this every Sunday at 3 p.m. San Francisco time. I am offering a special today. If you do not get on our readings list for the day and you're interested in getting a private reading done, I will actually do it for $38 only for the month of October. If you are interested, hashtag Libra Love. Hashtag Libra Love if you want a $38 reading. I'm turning 38 tomorrow. That's why. So this is, I don't usually, I think this is the cheapest we've ever offered anything.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, please hashtag Libra Love. I would love to do a reading for you. I have such a good time doing these. I did some amazing ones at a live event recently and people were just like, kept on being like, oh, I have chills, Anyway, okay. So on to Darcy, your reading. How to connect with your spirit guides.
Hello, Tara. Hello, Vonda. Hello, Sonia.
That's so interesting.
Hello, Nicole Fraser. Nicole, a couple weeks ago you asked for a card, but I didn't see it till, I don't know if you were on a different feed or something. So if you're not in the live feed that I'm seeing through. If you have to click through into the live feed, not just comment, if you're watching us on another group, I don't see those till later, and so I apologize. I am limited by my resources. Oh wow, look at this.
Yes, so please, if you are watching this in a group, click through to the main feed where all of the comments are happening, and that is going to allow us to see you. We do a card and clearing at the end for everybody, so if you don't get on our list today, it's okay, because we're going to actually ask you to participate at the end. Throw things in you want to release, ask for what you want to receive. It's going to be a thing. So, okay. You know, I pulled 2 cards for you just because they both felt like they wanted to be turned over. And the interesting thing is, first of all, Lakshmi, oops, let me start this really quick. Okay, so Lakshmi, wow, it's so bright. You can't even see how bright she is. Bright future. Lakshmi, bright future. So this is a beautiful card. There's 2 elephants pouring water behind her. It's just like, it's glorious. The sun is behind her, which is often associated with like that bright yellow sun is like our 3rd chakra, right? This place right at our solar plexus where like our purpose is stored and, you know, who we are in the world, are really that like joy center energy. So first of all, in terms of connecting your spirit guides, it seems like there's some good things ahead for you. And the other thing is you got this card, Hathor, which is about receptivity. And the message about this, here, I'm going to hold that up again for a minute in case you want to see it a little better. She's beautiful. That's amazing. So the thing about receptivity, this says, allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. So if you are somebody who tends to give, and you don't have the balance of receiving back or receiving in your life, you don't really know how to do that, that is going to block a little bit your ability to receive connections to your guides right now. So I think it's going to be important for you to practice actually in really small ways. How do you receive? If somebody offers you something, if you don't want it, say no. But if you're just on instinct, turning things down, turning down opportunities, turning down, you know, gifts, turning down help, turning whatever it is, just because of, I don't know, some unknown reason where you just don't, you know, aren't good at accepting things, I would really challenge you to be more accepting of offers. Again, not things that you genuinely don't want, because that's, you know, whatever. You don't need to take things you don't want. But this card is really coming to tell you that is going to help you. This practice is going to help you connect to the guides that you're seeking. To receive that connection to guides, we have to be able to receive in general, right? We have to be able to be channels that receive things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to add anything?
No, I just love that you said channel. Charlotte just jumped on. Charlotte is an amazing channel. I think it's awesome. She says she's open to receive. So I think it's also it's the thing that comes to me is things come in small ways. Sometimes there's a in the Torah there's a story about a prophet that was asking to see God, and there was a thunderstorm, right? Probably gonna get this all wrong, but it's something like this. There's a thunderstorm, no God. There was a huge wind, no God. You know, lightning, no God. And then there was a small whisper, right? So sometimes when we think, oh, spirit guides, we think we're gonna go on this like ayahuasca crazed, you know, whatever. No, sometimes it's small things, and it's recognizing that. So it's a step beyond mindfulness, right? It's a step into a different kind of time, right? When you start working with spirit, you have to get off the linear Gregorian time of beginning and end, right? Oh, this is our conversation, we're done, I know that you're my spirit guide. No. Cyclical time, right? For direction time. Things come, past, present, future, past, present, future, past. And things have meaning in their own way, right? So small things like a ladybug, right? Like a small wind that cools you down. those are small ways that spirit shows us love. The light turning green when you need it to turn. Right now, is that a specific guide? You know, do you want to see someone in the physical flesh? Sometimes it's in your third eye that you see it. But there's ways that we get to learn about our guides and learn about spirit. So one of the things that's coming in for you is don't ignore the small things, right? Because if you just ignore the small things, you're not going to be able to see the big things, right? Okay.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah. Timeline when I've been having a hard day and I seriously someone. Moon Bear. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Card pull for job change and I give permission after last week's reading. Okay, so
thank you, Darcy.
Okay.
Good luck. I'm excited for you.
I'm at the point of noticing the small things. Okay, so I want to check in that Amanda is still on. Amanda Sheed. Lisa, you didn't give us permission, so I'm waiting for that. Sonia, you gave us a topic, but no permission granted in the comments. We don't move forward. Sonia, Serena, if you can write permission granted in the topic, that would be great. We just go through an extra layer of security where it's like the TSA, right? You know, we need your permission to be able to really make sure to connect so that we do that. Juan Francisco Esteva, ¿cómo estás, hermano? Amanda Sheed, she's present. Okay, so this was just kind of a nebulous, but we're going to do what we do.
Nebulous what?
First, Vonda Muhammad. Okay, thank you, Vonda. Just pull a card. I'll deal with it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, this is funny. You know, we usually ask for very, like, if people can be a little bit specific and at that time, you know, you shared what you could. So thank you so much for sharing. Sometimes it does feel uncomfortable and this is a public forum, right? So thank you for doing that. And whatever you're asking about, you know, this is what your card that you got. You got Mother Mary.
It says expect a miracle.
Expect a miracle. So whatever you're going through, it says have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered, right? So expect a miracle. This is what this is saying. And another thing, and I want to take a side note, if no one follows, there's these amazing Perdita Finn. She's about to come out with a book. I don't know, I just got really emotional when I saw this. The Way of the Rosary. She is retelling the story of the crones, of the mother, of redefining what the rosary is, redefining really who Mother Mary was. And we should, yeah. Very powerful. We're going to do ceremony. So there's a lot of, we have this idea of who Mother Mary is, right? Because there's stories that are being told with her in different defining categories of whatever religion. But Mother Mary is beyond that, right? And all of those stories are conditioned and trained and have been edited specifically by men, right? Mm-hmm. So, and by, you know, by people who were trying to take power, right? I mean, we're not going to get into that, the history of how these things were collected. But I want to say that because there's so much power in the feminine, and there's so much power in having faith. Mary, I grew up with many faiths, and Mary for me was taught as an intercessor, right? An intercessor. And so whatever you're dealing with, my friend Amanda, we're sending love and blessings, and there's a lot of miracles are about to happen for you. So I hope you hear that. Moon Bear, I'm so glad that you're recharged. Awesome. Okay, Sonia, awesome. Okay, thank you so much. I know some people are new here, so they're just kind of getting into it. Vonda Muhammad, we're going to do you, and then Serena. We also do chakra clearing, so no one's asked for chakra clearing, which makes me sad, but that's okay.
We do ice cream chakra clearings. They're pretty magical, actually. So if you need a little pick-me-up, I feel like I might need a little pick-me-up.
Yeah.
Ice cream chakra clearings are pretty awesome. We both do energy work as well as, you know, so many other things. So ice cream chakra clearings are the magical channeled vision of this one right here. And it's so fun, you know. Most people just use colors or light or, like, you know, imagine, you know, sunshine coming down through your head, which is awesome. But we really do it in this way of using ice cream or dessert flavors to channel playfulness, to channel, to connect to your memories, to connect to your senses that are emotional, that like cue your emotions, like taste and smell and, you know, texture, right? So if you're interested, this is Ice Cream Sundays with Nougats of Truth. And we named it that because of the ice cream chakra clearings, which we do and nobody else does in the world so far.
Ooh, Jesus.
So, yeah, welcome. And for those of you who are joining us a little bit late, my name is Rose with Love by Design. This is my wife, Marita, one who catches lightning with the Path of Ish. We do this every Sunday at 3 p.m. San Francisco time. So if you are new here, welcome. If you're been around the community for a minute, we're so glad to have you. We love having people that stay and spend time with us every Sunday. And hopefully there will be some nuggets of truth here for you. Nougats.
Awesome. Okay. Let's move on. Vonna, thank you. You're new. Sonia, you're new. No worries.
Welcome.
You know, we're here. We're always learning. So if you don't know how we do everything, that's fine. That's why we just keep repeating. Don't worry about it. We don't get mad. We're just glad that you joined us. So Vonna, I'm not hearing back. I think you just want a card. So we're just going to go for that. Sonia, we'll do a card for you. Charlotte, we are definitely going to do your chakra clearing.
Booyah.
Sonia, thank you so much. Thanks for joining. Happy to have you in our group. We also, if you want, you can join our group online. Please like our pages, our business pages as well. Mine is the Path of Ish.
Mine is Love by Design, and both of them are tagged in the original post. I am offering a special for the month of October, a $38 reading, which is a seriously low price compared to what I usually charge. And those can be general readings, any topic that you want. I'm turning 38 tomorrow, so I'm doing it because it's my 38th year on this planet. And I really enjoy doing readings with everybody that I've done them with. So I am excited to offer that to you guys. If you're interested, let me know in the comments. Hashtag Libra Love. Hashtag Libra Love, because I'm a Libra. So, yep, $38. And if you don't get a reading on this, I would love to do a private one for you. We will do a card and clearing at the very end, which is coming up quick. So if you don't get a reading or a clearing, just stick around and you're going to participate in the group one. We're going to ask you to contribute and let us know in the comments things. And so stay tuned. I'm not going to give it all away right now.
Catherine Cerner, hi, how are you? Okay, so this is your first time, Vonda. You're just asking for direction. You were talking, you've been kind of talking a little bit through the comments, but we're just going to give you a card for direction, right? So this is what it's saying is
bold.
Be bold, right?
We got this card like 4 or 5 times last Sunday, right?
No, it was Diana.
It wasn't Diana.
Unleash your adventurous side. Take risks and be daring. You might have gotten this one, but there was another one that you kept getting. So this is saying,
Bridget, that's who it was.
Bridget. Oh, Diana, Bridget.
Okay.
So Vonda, here's your card.
Be bold.
Be bold. Be bold. So, this is the time in your life to take risks, right? Take risks. Based on kind of what you've been commenting, this is a time, taking risks is taking a chance to heal, right? Seek guidance. Make sure that you're doing your daily practices. Make sure that you're doing your I am for self-love, This is saying this is the time to stand up for yourself. I'm going to do a quick little story, and it's going to be very quick. Long story short, when I was deciding to become a vegan, and this is not everyone has to be a vegan. The question that I had to ask myself, right? And I've been in the food and hospitality business for 20 years, right? So I'm used to literally standing in a corner eating bread, that's what I'm used to. And not asking, right? Not asking for really what I want. And so it came to that point where I was making that decision, and my spirit said to me, Marita, what are you worth? Are you worth asking for what you really want and what your body really needs, in this change? And wow, that hit me, right? That hit me. And I said, yes, I am. And I was in a place of self-love enough to accept that. So Ivana, this is saying have self-love. You have to get to that. Yes, Katerina, we'll see you. She will connect with you later offline to get you your reading, okay? So Vonda, make sure you're connecting. You said it's hard to meditate. Meditating is challenging. If you want, go on to my page. Go into my my website. I have a lot of free things that you can download. Like I think the I am sayings will be really good for you to kind of. They really changed my life. I have a lot of things in there: how to protect yourself, how to ground, ceremony, things of ceremony. So if you're interested in that, do that. Check out www.thepathofix.com, and I'll write it in here for you as well. But this is the time to be bold, to ask for what you want, to be fearless in that sense, and you deserve it. Okay, let's go on. Okay, Sonia, let's do a card for you. Hi, Brian.
What is the topic?
Her best friend passed 4 months ago.
Oh.
So, Sonia, here's your card.
This is so interesting.
Yeah.
Because this has been an ongoing topic recently. Let me look and just see how it's
so Sonia,
pronounced.
Here's your card. So we're using again the Oracle goddesses, and you got solace, bodies of water. Spend time near water such as a lake, river, or ocean to recharge your batteries. It's really funny. Someone was on here earlier and said that they only stumble upon us when they're having a hard day, and they sat and recharged at a river. Water is a powerful way. It has so much energy that helps us recharge. And also, water magnifies sound, correct? There's something with water and sound.
It carries sound.
It carries sound, right?
Farther.
Hence it magnifies sound, right? So, if you see if you've seen how water is used, holy water, a lot of practices, a lot of religions, a lot of spiritual practices out there use water, and understand the vibration of water is the vibration of death and rebirth all in one. And so this is saying, go recharge, be with water, be in that, as you mourn. As you mourn your loss, water is right now a comfort. If you're not next to a body of water, take a bath. Do it respectfully, right? Water is life. Take a bath, soak in it, let it be. Go back into that space of being in the womb, being in water, being created. So that's what's coming.
The other thing I want to offer.
He was a Pisces, and I love water. Awesome. So there you go.
There's just two things I wanted to add to that. In addition to the recharging, is this quality of purification. I know that you mentioned that process, but just that word, especially because that has been a theme over the past couple of weeks of the need for people to really be in an ongoing process of purifying, washing with water, taking baths, being by water, being outside in nature, swimming. Because there's been a lot going on over the past couple of weeks that maybe have caused us to face our egos and face our shadows. And if you've lost this friend, that makes it even more personal. Another piece I want to illuminate is just how bodies of water really represent often emotion, right? They represent the deepness of emotion. When we talk about grief, there's this great poem about grief that I love that talks about how grief is like a shipwreck.
Jesus.
And sometimes we are down under the water and we're getting smashed by the waves, and other times we're floating at the surface, and we're breathing and we're surviving, but that there's this process of kind of being submerged underwater sometimes and feeling like the emotions and the experience and the loss are overwhelming. So, but be in it. It's this is the time to be in it. Allow yourself that experience, because fighting it is just gonna, you may end up being numb, honestly, and that grief is gonna come up at some point. If you have a place to swim outside, like in a natural body of water, that would probably be ideal. If you don't, then, you know, even getting your feet in, like a river, a creek, an ocean, a lake, and taking baths and showers, just really being intentional when you do that.
Or even blessing your water before you drink it.
We did that this morning.
We did this morning. You know, I asked Rose to kind of welcome us into the day, and she's like, let's bless this water we're about to drink. And I went on a little journey. I didn't tell you about it.
No, but I did a really long blessing.
Yeah.
I realized I did it all silent, though. So.
It was all silent. No, like I became water.
Oh.
Like I became a molecule. It was super trippy. It was fun. But I mean, that's my daily life. So awesome. Okay, thank you.
Did I say it out loud or did
no,
I say it?
It was completely
silent.
quiet.
That's so funny. I didn't even.
Oh, Sonia, you swam today. That's awesome. Amber, welcome. So Tara Smith, are you still on? I'm not seeing that you are on. Charlotte, you swim every day? Oh, dude, I'm jealous. I used to love like swimming every day. We'll see. Well, it is your birthday. We can do whatever you want.
If you can make it there.
I know. I can walk there. So Sonia, that's great. Swimming is amazing. I used to love lap swimming. Tara Smith, I don't see that you're coming. Angie Morris, clearing. We're coming to the end. We'll see if we have time. If not, we're going to do a card and clearing for everyone. Charlotte, I know that you're here. It seems people are jumping on later. So let's do a chakra clearing for Charlotte. And Angie, just give us permission and we'll do a chakra clearing for you, okay?
Okay, and then that's it. And we will do a card and clearing for the group after that. So stick around. We're going to ask you to do some stuff. Fun stuff that's going to be for your benefit.
Okay, we're going to do 2 clearings and then wrap it up. Tara, I'll get to you, okay? Angie, just write permission granted, please, okay?
Oh, Tara got back.
Tara got back. That's okay. Tara, I'll send you something, okay? So who's Charlotte? Clearing? Chakra clearing, and then Angie, chakra clearing.
Okay, Charlotte.
Oh.
God, what is the name of that stuff? I just got a funny flavor.
Charlotte, I got key lime for you. It's for your 3rd chakra. It's, you need a little zest and pep. What I love about key lime is the layering, right? Because it has meringue, right? Merengue arriba?
No, sometimes.
Well,
key lime is just like key lime.
Oh, right, it doesn't have
meringue. But you can have meringue. I think it's
this is the one
like
that I'm
cream or
okay.
Like
this is one that I'm seeing meringue, right? So there's 2 sides of you, right? You have a decision to make, and one of them is sharp in cutting, and the other one's kind of like la, 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 la. That's where your 3rd chakra is. This is where the 3rd chakra needs to be cleared out, so you can decide decisively what you want, right? This is, I forget what sign you are, Charlotte, but today. Is it today or the energy that you were born with? The energy that Rose was born with, the number 7 is it's the day that's in the middle of the Mayan calendar because it's 13 days, and it's I don't want to say it's a day of indecisiveness, but it's a day where people measure things back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And the lesson of 7 is to be decisive. To when you've measured that, right? At one point you have to take decision. There's no right or no wrong. There's just consequences, right? We have to get out of our head. If I do this, right, then I'm a bad person. I was wrong. Everything's a journey. Go right, go left, go up, go down. It really doesn't matter as long as it's bringing you back to yourself. So I'm not saying yes or no. What I'm saying is you have to make a decision. And so that's why we're clearing out your 3rd chakra to give you the power, because the 3rd chakra is about you being able to step out in your truth.
So the flavor that I got for you, was that it?
Go. Yeah.
Okay, the flavor that I got for you is actually taro root ice cream. Wow. I don't know if you've seen it. It's that purple ice cream. And this is a very, sort of tropical flavor as well. And I have friends that are from Hawaii, actually, that love it. They're just like, they love their taro root. So this flavor is really interesting to me because you got both key lime and taro root, which are both like kind of tropical, subtropical flavors, There's something about the warmth and the sort of, but the balance between these two, the key lime being like, pow, right? Mm-hmm. And the taro root is a much more mild, gentle flavor. That one is going to be for your 2nd and 1st chakra, the taro root. And it's really just it's because of that gentleness. It's good for your gut. It's good for gut health. It's good for your heart, and it helps you actually regulate blood sugar, like in your body.
Wow.
So this taro root ice cream is really actually about gentleness. This is to give you some gentleness in your root chakra, in your second chakra. You know, this is about safety, basic safety and security in the world. Sometimes when shit gets really scary out there, we can be really overwhelmed. We can feel like really unstable, like there's no safe place to exist. You know, whether it's our home, whether it's our internal world feeling really unsafe to us emotionally, like we're always scared or stressed. This is just to give you like, just to like take a deep breath out and just relax, just get a little bit of nervous system relaxation, you know, not feeling like so tense all the time.
Yeah.
Where we often carry anxiety somatically is in our gut area. I know because I speak from experience.
Mind-gut connection. They're created at the same time.
So there is a lot of evidence about this. So when we're thinking about this taro root, again, this is really to just like calm your system down. It may seem contradictory to have something energizing and something else calming, but it's actually not, right? Because the energy that key lime gives you, it's not the frenetic, you know, panic energy, right? It's not the fight or flight energy. It's that bright, sustained, joyful energy that you need to create in the world. And the easiest way to do that is to come from having some safety and security underneath it as a foundation, right? It's just like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which I don't completely think it's, you know, complete, but it is important to understand, like, if you don't have a basic sense of safety and security in the world, it's going to be much more challenging to follow through on those things you're trying to create in the world, to have that energy, you know? So that's your clearing from both sides. You got a little bit of both.
Charlotte, one last thing. Stop eating fast food.
Oh, snap.
Just going to let you know that. Spirit's saying stop eating fast food.
A lot of greasy stuff, huh?
Got to nurture yourself, right? Right? Be more conscientious, slow. This is a time for you to go into slow food instead of fast food. Make sure that you're actually nurturing your body. As you nurture your mind, right? As you nurture your spirit, you have to have a strong body because your body is a container. If you're putting crap into it, you're not going to be able to hold the energy that you need to hold.
Interesting thing about that, the more stressed you are when you eat, the more you will not absorb the nutrients of the food that you eat.
Yeah.
Messed up, right? So you're like, I'm eating food to calm myself down. Yeah, but you don't actually get a lot of the nutrients that you need out of it, and you're not going to digest it as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like crazy. We could put all this food in our body. We could gain tons of weight from stress eating, but we may still be nutritionally deficient and feel more hungry, because some of those nutritional values, they're the things that make us feel actually full when we're eating. Just to throw that out there.
Okay.
We are not health experts, by the way. This is information that we have garnered over the years, but don't take our medical advice. Just putting that out there.
Let's do a quick clearing for Angie.
Angie, welcome back.
We'll do a quick clearing for Angie. And as we do this clearing, this is where everyone comes in. Even if you've got it on a card or clearing, this is where you write in the comments what you want to release or what you want to hold on to.
You're going to call in.
You're going to call in because we will be doing a card and clearing for the group. Okay.
Behind you.
I know. I can't believe she's here this long, you know.
One of our cats taking a nap behind Marita here. She's being very cute.
She's been that's a whole nother story. So let's do this clearing for Angie. Where's the bell?
She's stubborn.
Okay, Angie, here's your clearing. So, Angie, what's coming in for you is, those orange push pops, that flavor, that sorbet flavor for your third eye. Imagination, right? Playfulness. Playfulness allows us to connect to our imagination. Our imagination knows no bounds. If you haven't been playing recently, you haven't been imagining recently, then you're stuck in this cycle of checking boxes and doing the right thing and doing what people, you know, tell you to do, or you look in the mirror and you're like, I'm this age and I should have accomplished this and this in my life. That's you. There's no imagination, right? There's no ability for spirit to open your eyes to new things. So what's coming in through, that's what we're clearing your third eye, is for playfulness and imagination to come in, to open up your world so you can see new solutions, so you can start dreaming again, so you can, you know, enter into the world of imagination again, a la Willy Wonka, okay?
Awesome. I was just doing some work in the background. I'm going to leave the clearing at that because we're near the end. And I do want to be mindful of time. Angie, welcome back. It's good to see you. Everybody who is here for the first time, everybody who is rejoining us, share what you want to release in the comments. We are going to do a card and clearing for the whole group right now. Let me think about what I want to release. Do you know what you want to release and call in right now?
I was in a pretty crappy mood today, so I took a nap, so I feel better about that. What am I releasing?
I know what I'm going to release.
Okay, you tell.
I'm going to release whatever it is in my digestive system that is feeling crampy. Because that doesn't feel very good right now. And I would like to feel a little bit more ease in my body. So I'm going to release the lack of ease that I have in my body, in my digestive and body right now. I just would like to relax. I want my body to feel relaxation right now. So I'm
really, since we're talking about bodies, I'm going to release pain. I deal with a lot of daily pain in my body. Some of it is to teach me. Some of it is, I don't know. So I'm releasing the relationship that I have to pain. Sometimes I ignore it. So then I'm ignoring myself and not taking the steps that I need for mindfulness, rushing through things too much. I want to thank my body for using that very activating trigger to make sure that it's connecting with me. I'm sorry that I haven't been listening to you. You have not failed me, body. You have never failed me. You have always been strong and always supported me, my mind, my body, and my soul. So thank you, body, for that. I thank my body for that. And for my body, I just want, again, ease and allow it to not have to fight the mind so much. So integration with my mind, body, and soul so that they're not fighting for attention. And that comes just with being at peace and letting go. Okay.
I'm calling in a feeling of fullness, happiness, satisfaction, peace, That's what I'm calling in. Physical feeling, emotional feeling, whatever it may be. Just really that feeling of feeling like, I feel good. I feel happy. I feel satisfied. I feel like I'm not, yes, there's things to strive after, but not, I can't be where I am. I got to get somewhere else. I got to be, I can't be happy right now. I'm calling in happiness right now in this moment. That's what I'm calling in.
I want to say one thing, because there's a lot of people releasing fear and anxiety, and I think that's amazing, right? But I'm going to show you a little insight into my little existence. I sometimes am so used to certain feelings, right? To feelings of anxiousness, to feelings of anger, that chemically, my body is so used to them that that's when I react. Anger can give you, cortisone levels, right? And cortisol levels, right? And you're ready to go. You're like, I got to defend myself, right? Or I got to flee, right? The fight or flight. So your body sometimes gets addicted to certain emotions like fear. Okay. I sometimes, when I am, when I think my life is going a little too easy, or I feel tentative of like, is this going on? I scare myself. I bring up ghosts from my past. I do this, and I go into this cycle. And this is something that I've had to learn to stop. And I've taken into meditation. I've gotten healing from it from other people. But it's really gradually something that I've had to learn not to scare myself all the time, right? Earlier there were some people talking about how, if you get hurt a lot by people at an early age, it's really hard to trust people. And so there was always a part of me that was like, my little Marita was like, don't trust that person, or let's bring in that scary person again that hurt you and did this. And I'm sure they're around here right now. I'm sure they're somewhere, right? Or they're going to pop up, right? Hypervigilance, right? Because it's based on trauma, a trauma response in your body, in your system. And so I just want to let people be aware of that, so let's bring up hypervigilance in what we want to release today.
Yes.
In our body, which is a way that we protect ourselves, which is informed by our trauma. So let's release that to spirit today, hypervigilance, so that we don't have to be addicted to our fear. We don't have to be addicted to say, oh my God, if I'm not afraid, then I'm not going to be vigilant, then someone's going to hurt me, right? Can you see that patterning? Ooh, right? So release that. Body, thank you so much. You don't need to be vigilant. Everything's fine. I'm at peace. My guides are here to protect me. Put them to work, right? Put them to work. Who was I talking to the other day? They're like, why aren't you putting your guides to work? They're here to help you. Someone showed me a mirror of usually what I tell other people. Here, Marita, you have all the spiritual connection. Why are you doing all the work? You're like, hey, let me do all the work. Why you guys all just sit up there? I'm like, and they're better than I am, right? So let's really, really release hypervigilance to spirit, because it is in our body. It is trained in our body, that fight or flight. So that's what I am releasing right now.
I want to add something about this idea of trauma, something I was thinking about today, because I've done a lot of work with children, youth, families who are involved in the foster care system and child welfare, and so many other types of crisis and trauma. And I would, it affects people a lot, when you work with this kind of experience, right? It affects the people who are in it. It affects the people who are with those people. It affects people who are working with those people. It's like these ripples, right? And earlier today, I was talking about how maybe instead of thinking about it as trauma, I could just really, what it is it's just heartbreak.
Yeah, you said that today.
Yeah, and it hit me for some reason.
Yeah.
Because I think the framing of trauma is so powerful, but it's a very clinical, and it is pathologizing to some degree, and it's become thrown around so much that people talk about, oh, you're traumatizing me, when actually much of the time it's not trauma. For many people it is, but not everything that's being talked about as trauma is trauma. And it is not always easy to tell if something is traumatizing based on the thing that is done. It is so dependent on that person's experience of what is happening, right? But for some reason, thinking about it as heartbreak today, and really thinking about just like, oh, the heartbreak, instead of making me feel like, oh my God, how do I heal from this? How do I get better from this? How do I fix this in myself? How do I move past all this trauma? It's just like,
can you mourn it?
Normal to feel grief, witnessing how much hurt and struggle and suffering we experience as human beings in this world, that animals experience, at the hands of humans. Jesus. Right? There's so much, and in a way it feels like it normalizes it a little bit. Instead of me having this like thing that has to be fixed, it's like, yeah, I have a lot of sadness and heartbreak over being a part of that system and really trying to do something good in it. So I don't know if that's helpful for any of you today, but another framing I have heard trauma talked about in is like a wound to our soul. I've heard it discussed that way in different indigenous traditions in the United States, talking about people who are veterans who have gone, and been in wars, and they come back with like a wound to their soul, So there's many ways to talk about these things. Why I'm sharing this with you today, and what I want to offer you is, there's no one right way to describe something. But if there is something that gives you a sense of empowerment and freedom when you talk about it in that way, use that definition for yourself. Try it on and see if it changes the energy of something that you're trying to change. Because trauma, using that framing, in different moments in my life has been incredibly empowering to recognize and acknowledge and verbalize that's what happened, right? Other moments, it doesn't feel empowering. I feel stuck, right? And for anything that we're trying to release, fear, anxiety, holding ourselves back, self-destructive habits, whatever it is that we're trying to release with this clearing, there are sometimes ways that we can reframe what is happening, what we are experiencing, that give us this boost that we need to continue to move through it or accept it in a different way that doesn't feel so shameful or stigmatizing or stuck, right? Whatever is going to help you move that energy through in a way that it needs to, if it does need to move. And maybe it doesn't, if we just look at things as being more normal and actually maybe having more grace than we often look at them with. So that is my little ad that I wanted to share because it was a powerful moment for me today.
Oh, that was very powerful. Thank you.
The card that we picked for the group is Pele. I want you to be able to see this card.
Oh my God, that really shifted something in me. So thank you, Rose.
Okay, Pele, divine passion. I'm glad. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? God, this is so powerful, because we are so good. I think many of us, not everybody. So I say we, right? But I don't know. Maybe this is easy for you. I think that we are often good as people at denying ourselves what our true desires are, such that it takes us quite a bit of practice and trying to realize, that's not actually my true desire. You write it down, you think, this is my true desire. And then you realize, wow, I still was kind of hedging my bets in a way. I was still kind of only putting down my desire based on what somebody else told me I should, or what I think is realistic, or what do I think I could, not be disappointed and not achieve, whatever it is, right? What is your true desire? There's a lot of power in this. This goes back to what you were sharing at the very beginning of this live, which many of you missed because people have joined throughout at different moments. Connecting to what you really want and really asking for it is a skill for some people. And for me, that I've had to develop over time a lot. That does not come easy to me based on how I was raised. Being honest with yourself is so powerful. When you're honest with yourself, it also protects you from being manipulated a lot more. You're not going to be jacked around.
Or manipulating yourself.
Yeah, God, so true.
What I love about this too,
such a beautiful card.
I mean, Pele, really, goddess of fire, of volcanoes. And, the amazing thing about Pele, right, is Pele is able to create new earth. Right? If you are, I'm going to start crying. Whew. So many times we only have the capacity to create from the realities that we've had, from our informed past. And then we get really upset with ourselves. Why is nothing moving? Why is nothing different? It's because we don't know anything. We don't know anything better. And then we judge ourselves. I made the wrong decision again. I'm stuck in this drama triangle. I'm stuck in this loop. You don't know anything better. You need help.
Yeah.
You need help outside. I believe in self-mastery, but self-mastery comes with a tribe. A tribe helps you. We've lost that in the United States. We've lost the tribe, right? We think we're all on our own. We're living on our own. And we read a self-help book and that's enough. No, we have to call in our tribe, human beings, not just books, that can be word to us. We have to call on guides, on gods and goddesses and things like that, right? The power of that. And if you don't think you believe in gods and goddesses, look where you put your money. Look where you put your time. That is your god and your goddesses. That's who you're worshiping. I'm just going to put that in right now.
When we don't know how to create the new because we only know the old, we call on Pele. We call on the goddess who creates from the root of Mother Earth, who brings new power, new vision, new soil. Volcanic soil is the most, you can grow anything on volcanic soil. It is new earth. It has the nutrients from the deep of Mother Earth. We are Mother Earth. The only way that we can learn how to recreate ourselves is if we connect to Mother Earth. How can we connect to Mother Earth? Pele. Pele is here. Pele is here to be able to do that. The clearing for the group, the flavor that I'm getting is lion's hair mushroom. I don't know why.
Lion's mane?
Lion's mane mushroom, which is a beautiful, beautiful mushroom. And mushrooms have a symbiotic relationship. Is that what they call? Those relationships where one needs the other, right? With trees, symbiotic relationships, right? And mushrooms sometimes with trees, symbiotic relationships, what they do is they clear out toxins from the trees, heavy metals from the trees and stuff like this. And so again, when we have Pele, who's creating new earth, we have this lion's, is it lion's mane? Yeah, lion's mane mushroom, which my kitty actually loves a lot. We got her own mushroom supplements to ground us, to detox us, to show us that we don't need to live in our old wounds, in our old stories, choosing from that again. Reach out. This is a community where we reach out. Please join our Ice Cream Sundays with Nougats of Truth group. We don't post.
They actually make a vegan lion's mane mushroom ice cream. It's a real thing.
There you go. Vegan.
It has a lot of health benefits.
Mane mushroom. That's what we're doing.
Ice cream.
So, and that is for your throat chakra. To speak your truth, right? We talk about manifesting and how our first chakra, second chakra, and the third chakra kind of work together to ground us and start dreaming and manifesting that, your sexuality, your imagination comes out of your second chakra. But you have to speak those things that you imagine out. We create with our words, even though we have very imperfect language, right? Language is an imperfect way of communicating, but still we need to speak it out. We need to write it out, speak it out. The word becomes flesh, right? So this is to clear out so we can ask for what we want. Ask for what we really, really want. And so that's why we sometimes have to go back into the void. So if you feel you're right here in the darkness, you are not lost. You're at the beginning of magic. That's it from us. Marita Steva, one who catches lightning with the path of Ish.
My name is Rose with Love by Design. And just in case you did join late, I want to remind you that I'm offering a special for the month of October, $38 private readings for you. Some of the people have already said they were interested. That's awesome. I will reach out to you. Hashtag Libra Love if you are interested in getting a reading. I'm turning 38 tomorrow, so that's why I'm doing this super low cost special as something just fun to build community with all of you and give you some guidance going in as we're in this change of seasons. I know we're past the equinox, but there's a lot of shift in these seasons that are not winter and that are not summer, right? Spring and fall are both about massive change happening in different directions. So until we see you next Sunday at 3 p.m. San Francisco time, remember to live your life
to the sweetest.
All right. Thank you
Mahalo.
all for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.